Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm the Book Geek, also known as Kiava, and I'm back with more romance viewer recommendations. These are books that other people have recommended to me, so now I'm going to recommend them to you based on what people have told me I should read. But first, I would like to tell you all about my book blog. It's titled The Book Geek Plus, and on this blog, I discuss books and movies and other fun things. You can find different information about different authors. You can find book recommendations here. I love movies. I watch a lot of movies, so I talk a lot about movies on my blog. I offer special shout outs. There's lots of fun things here to explore and learn about. And of course, I have lots of other fun things coming. Please feel free to check it out. The links are listed down below in the description box. Also, I just recently started making and selling bookmarks, so you can find my Etsy shop link down below as well. I also have my own website where I sell most of my items from Etsy on this website as well. But my son Zai King is also a very talented artist. He's starting to sell his art and artwork merchandise, which can only be found and purchased via my website. At the moment, we have t-shirts in production, bookmarks, and stickers, and many more art merchandise pieces coming soon. So if you'd like to support him, you can visit my website via the Squarespace link down below. Also, if you love movies as much as I do, I am now on LETTERBOXD, which will also be linked down below. I recently did a Black romance recommendations video. I'll link that above and down below in the description box. The first viewer recommendation I have here for you is titled Red, White, and Royal Blue. Now, I don't think that I need to describe what this book is about because I've seen this one often on BookTube, Bookstagram, in various book communities online, people talking about it, etc. So I'm not going to even go into what this one is about because it's already a fairly popular book. Some of these I'm going to stop to talk about, some of them I won't. Okay, the next recommendation is Hearts Drawn Wild. It is a trilogy. The first book is titled In Death We Part. The second book is titled Running in the Mist. And I don't see book 3 here, so maybe it hasn't been released yet. I've never heard of this series before. So the first book, In Death We Part, the synopsis reads as follows. Brianna Wilder. When this 17-year-old Chicago artist is faced with the death of her parents, she must leave the world she knows to live with extended family in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Searching for a new beginning in a world so different from her own, she learns to stand on her own, to love and be loved, and to tap into the power and magic of nature and herself through her nearly photographic drawings. Finding herself in a battle between the comfort of the known or the daring adventure of the new, the question is, which man will choose? Who will become hers? Ben Davis, young Chicago police officer and good old boy next door. Ben comforts Brianna in her tragedy and becomes a much-needed friend and potentially more as she adjusts to her new reality. Brianna finds comfort in him, but he's in Chicago and she's not. Will she still be his after the summer? Will he fight for her if he must? Matt Brennan, ranch hand and bull rider from an abusive, broken childhood, Matt ran away at 12 and found a new life in the West. Fascinated by his power and deep eyes, Brianna finds herself unable to stay away, even though he tries to push her away. It pushes her to show him an unexpected fire that is hard to resist. Will he put his prejudice about city girls aside to give her a chance? When the two men meet, Brianna has a decision to make and a path to choose for her future. Ben, Matt, Chicago, New Mexico. Can she find the strength to do what is in her heart? Oh, decisions, decisions. This sounds like a soap opera. Looks like we're going to have a love triangle here in this. Doesn't seem like something I would necessarily read, but some of you might be interested. The next recommendation I got was Kiss an Angel. This book is by Susan Elizabeth Phillips. It's a contemporary romance, and the synopsis reads as follows. Wedding day. Pretty, flighty Daisy Devereaux can either go to jail or marry the mystery man her father has chosen for her. Arranged marriages don't happen in the modern world, so how did the irrepressible Daisy find herself in this fix? Alex Markov, as humorless as he is deadly handsome, has no intention of playing the loving bridegroom to a spoiled little featherhead with champagne taste. Wow. He drags Daisy from her uptown life. Uptown girl, she been living in her uptown girl. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, uptown girl. Her uptown life to a broken down traveling circus and sets out to tame her to his ways. But this man without a soul has met his match in a woman who's nothing but heart. Before long, passion will send them flying sky high without a safety net, risking it all in search of love that will last forever. If that's your speed, then pick it up. All right, the next one is another popular book that everybody has either read or heard of or is aware of, and that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Is that how you pronounce her last name? This is a young adult contemporary romance. I shouldn't say everybody knows about it because some people watching this video might not know about it, but it's one of the more popular ones, so I'm not going to go into detail about this one. But someone did recommend this one to me. All right, this next one is by another popular author, Casey West. And the name of the book is titled On the Fence. It is a young adult contemporary romance. Another popular one, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is an adult contemporary romance. The next book is titled You Deserve Each Other. When your nemesis also happens to be your fiance, Happily Ever After becomes a lot more complicated in this wickedly funny lovers to enemies to lovers romantic comedy debut. So, okay, it's a romance comedy. It's a rom-com. Naomi Westfield has the perfect fiance. Nicholas Rose holds doors open for her, remembers her restaurant orders, and comes from the kind of upstanding society family any bride would love to be a part of. They never fight. That's a problem. I don't know what kind of fucking utopia you people living in where y'all think it's abnormal to fight in a relationship. No. We need to have disagreements. The fuck? Disagreements are normal. That's the problem with people nowadays. They hold everything in. They don't really agree with everything that you're saying. They really got some discrepancies and some thoughts of their own about the things that might be going on in the world or the things that you're saying. But just to keep the peace and stay passive, they decide to agree on everything to avoid a fight. No. Disagree. Have disagreements. Disagreements are healthy. You guys, you know that, don't you? I just get so mad when I see like movies like The Notebook or I hate to use this example, Twilight, where people's like, that's not realistic and that's toxic. Yeah, there's some toxic things that happen in those stories, but it's very much fucking realistic. Love triangles do exist. People do find themselves in these type of situations where they're with somebody else, but they love someone else. That's not uncommon. That happens a lot. So real life is messy. I don't know what fucking utopia y'all living in. Anyways, they're preparing for their lavish wedding that's 3 months away, and she is miserably and utterly sick of him. Naomi wants out, but there's a catch. Whoever ends the engagement will have to foot the non-refundable wedding bill. Oh, bitch, we about to get married. Because I'm not paying for that. When Naomi discovers that Nicholas, too, has been feigning contentment, The two of them go head to head in a battle of pranks, sabotage, and all-out emotional warfare. This sounds funny. But with the countdown looming to the wedding that may or may not come to pass, Naomi finds her resolve slipping. Because now that they have nothing to lose, they're finally being themselves. See? Be yourself. People will love you more for it. And having fun with the last person they expected, each other. Have those disagreements. It's healthy for your relationship, people. This one actually sounds really funny. I wouldn't mind seeing a movie of this. I don't even know if they made a movie out of this, but it sounds like something that would look great on screen. I would watch that. The next recommendation is To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Yes, that's a long title. The entire trilogy someone recommended to me. I think I actually own the first book, but I haven't read it yet. But I did see all the movies. And of course, this book is by Jenny Han, and it is a young adult romance. The next recommendation is The Proposal. This is by Jasmine Guillory, and this is the sequel, I think, right? Is this the sequel to The Wedding Date? This is part of the Wedding Date series. This is book 2. This book comes after the Wedding Date book, which is book 1. This next one I actually have on my list of books to read, but for some reason I cannot remember what it is about. It is titled The Chaos of Standing Still. It's a contemporary young adult romance. So this one sounds incredible. Now I know why I have it on my list of books to read. This one sounds right up my alley. In this story, we have a young girl, I believe. Her name is Ren. Her friend dies in a car accident, and on her phone, she's holding on to the last text message that her friend sent to her. And she ends up accidentally swapping phones with another individual, and they're all stuck in this airport. There's a blizzard going outside. They're stuck in this airport. It sounds incredible. I'm assuming some sort of romance is going to spark between the two with the phones, Xander and Ren. And yeah, it sounds like this should be a movie, actually. And I really love the cover as well. This book is by Jessica Brody. I may want to bump this one up. I have totally forgot about this book until just now. The next recommendation is titled The Summer I Turned Pretty. Oh, this one is also by Jenny Han. Belly measures her life in summers. Everything good, everything magical happens between the months of June and August. Winters are simply a time to count the weeks until the next summer. A place away from the beach house, away from Susanna. Oh, Susanna, don't you lie to me that I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. And most importantly, away from Jeremiah and Conrad. They are the boys that Belly has known since her very first summer. They have been her brother figures, her crushes, and everything in between. But one summer, one terrible and wonderful summer, the more everything changes, the more it all ends up just the way it should have been all along. That's very vague. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's going to be a love triangle or something, friends to lovers. This next one is another popular one. It is by Christina Lauren, and it is titled The Unhoneymooners. Lots of people have seen the movie to this next one. It is titled If I Stay. Tragic love story. Somebody recommended the Fever series. I believe this has 5 books. This synopsis is way too freaking long. I'm not going to read all of that, but it is a fantasy paranormal romance. Some more popular ones that were recommended were Get a Life, Chloe Brown, The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks, The Sun is Also a Star, 5 Feet Apart, The Best of Me by Nicholas Sparks, and The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. The next recommendation is titled All Your Perfects. It is by Colleen Hoover. I realize Colleen Hoover is a very popular author as well. This is an new adult contemporary romance. So in this story, we are following a couple who have a troubled marriage and the difficult tasks that they are dealing with as far as repairing their marriage and their love for one another goes. The next recommendation is Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. This is by another popular author, Christina Lauren. It is a contemporary romance. The next book is titled Cinder and Ella. This is a young adult contemporary romance. It's been almost a year since 18-year-old Ella Rodriguez was in a car accident that left her crippled, scarred, and without a mother. After a very difficult recovery, she's been uprooted across the country and forced into the custody of a father that abandoned her when she was a young child. If Ella wants to escape her father's home and her awful new stepfamily, she must convince her doctors that she's capable, both physically and emotionally, of living on her own. The problem is she's not yet ready. The only way she can think of to start healing is by reconnecting with the one person left in the world who's ever meant anything to her, her anonymous internet best friend, Cinder. Hollywood sensation Brian Oliver has a reputation for being trouble. There's major buzz around his performance in his upcoming film, The Druid Prince, but his management team says he won't make the transition from teen heartthrob to serious A-list actor unless he can prove he's left his wild days behind and become a mature adult. In order to douse the flames on Brian's bad boy reputation, his management stages a fake engagement for him to his co-star Kaylee. Brian isn't thrilled with the arrangement or his fake fiancée, but decides he'll suffer through it if it means he'll get an Oscar nomination. Then a surprise email from an old internet friend changes everything. So you mean to tell me her anonymous internet friend is a fucking superstar? Okay. The next book is titled P.S. I Like You, and this one is also by Casey West. I've seen this cover a lot, but never knew what the story was about. It is a young adult contemporary romance, and it is titled Tell Me Three Things. In this story, it appears that we have a high school student named Jessie who is struggling. Her mother has died. Her father has eloped with some woman that he met online. She's having a hard time in high school, and then she receives a mysterious email from a person calling themselves somebody/nobody, SN for short, offering to help her navigate the wilds of Wood Valley High School. Of course, I'm guessing that's where the romance is going to come in. She's going to start probably developing some feelings for this online mystery person. The last one, finally, is titled Meet Me There. It is part of the Ridgewater High series. This is book 1 in the series. It is a young adult contemporary romance. And it says here, if you like sweet romance with ballad-worthy chemistry, swoony kisses, and endearing characters, then you'll love this book. And so that is it. That is some more viewer-recommended romance books that I just wanted to share with you guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, share, comment down below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.